Okay guys, so let's get the party started. If you are new, consider subscribing, and today of course we are going to cover Kaspa, its recent price action, and a couple of different metrics that I have gathered for you. And of course we are going to look at Kaspa short term and long term as well, and overall market sentiment. Guys, if you are new, consider subscribing, and of course a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. Now, first piece of news about Kaspa is that in Liechtenstein, Palace in Vienna discussing the energy trilemma at DII Energy Leaders Summit, right? Well, I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what is this, but that obviously is great, right? Big sharks are meeting, and as you guys see, we've got big companies over here on that advertisement that are potentially going to get involved with Kaspa. What can it potentially mean? Well, I believe that could be a big deal. Of course, apart from the fact of what happened recently with Grayscale, right? Of course, these things didn't come into fruition, but just an idea for now is bullish on its own. And also, according to the Kaspa rainbow chart, we are in buy territory. As you can see, Kaspa is dead, right? Something that many people are talking about on the internet, and we've got buy as well. So guys, it's very funny how people are not interested into Kaspa in these levels, but they always want to buy in here. But of course, knowing this, we can position ourselves for this next pump that I believe it's coming. But anyways, guys, we are sitting on 65. We are sitting on a greedy market according to CoinGlass, and our Kaspa is sitting at 13.5 cents. Still nothing really has changed. The only thing that has changed is hash rate that is constantly going higher and higher, which obviously is great because it's improving the strength of the network. Now, looking at overall market, guys, on hourly, as of the time of recording this video, things are, well, let's say still okay. And I think that market could see a little bit of a pullback, but I'm going to get into that very shortly. Now, looking at ETFs, guys, we've got huge inflows of over $500 million. Now, let's have a look at Kaspa, but after that, we are going to have a look at BTC as well. Now, this is what's going on a weekly time frame, guys, right? We can clearly see that when Kaspa is dipping into these levels, right, of this ascending channel on a weekly, then it's experiencing a higher high basically. And now Kaspa perfectly bounced from this low, right, when we had huge level of liquidity, right? Can Kaspa go a little bit lower? Well, definitely it can, but I don't think that Kaspa is going to go lower than this channel. Why do I think so? Well, let's have a look at the liquidity for Kaspa, right? So first of all, let's have a look at very short term. Let me put Kaspa in here, and that's only 12 hours, right? Of course, I'm going to get into weekly very soon. So we've got some liquidity in this and this level, right? So price can go towards two directions on small time frame. However, if I'm going to point this out to weekly, we still have liquidity in these two levels. So technically Kaspa could still retest these levels of 12 cents 6 to shake out possibly more hamsters, because on a monthly time frame for Kaspa, well, on a monthly heat map for Kaspa, we can see such a momentum in terms of liquidity, right? So we do have a lot of liquidity for Kaspa on a monthly, right? Even if we are going to grab this, well, market makers, then it's still fine, right? More people are going to short Kaspa, and more liquidity is going to be, well, possible to flash in this level of 18 cents for Kaspa. So Kaspa could see this move within a month, right? Well, unless of course some huge news is going to arrive into the market, and then yes, Kaspa could see this move, right? Like for example, top tier exchanges. And now guys, as you can clearly see on only Bybit on a monthly, we can see that these are short liquidation leverage. And as you guys can clearly see on all of the exchanges for Kaspa, we've got 9.1 million of leverages of people shorting the market basically for Kaspa, right? But this move already happened for Kaspa. So let's go back to trading view, and let's actually have a look at very short time frame to actually figure out what could potentially happen on a very short time frame. So this is what's going on, guys, right? We are experiencing, well, potentially this well, bullish outlook, right? Because this is still an uptrend, right? Creating higher highs and higher lows, and things are looking, let's say, good on short time frame for Kaspa. Stochastic RSI is showing us potential move towards the upside, but cool. Now let's have a look at daily time frame, guys. What's going on daily for Kaspa? So as you can clearly see on a zoomed out perspective, we have perfectly dipped into this level in general when the liquidity was grabbed, and now the price of Kaspa might gonna see this well, basically push towards the upside, right? So MACD soon is going to experience bullish cross. Well, this is how it's looking like, and soon it's going to go into this overheated level on a daily. So could we see some turbulence? Of course we could. However, on a weekly, guys, this is how things are looking like, right? So from the weekly perspective, Kaspa is still at, let's say, you know, good buying opportunity, I believe, and MACD doesn't necessarily showing juicy outlook, at least at the moment, right? However, from the standpoint of, you know, the candlestick pattern, Kaspa is creating higher highs and higher lows, and in general is in this ascending move, right? So I don't think that this is very bearish, right? So for people saying that dump is incoming, well, I don't think that this is going to happen, right? Because Kaspa, you know, obviously it's its kind of strength that Kaspa doesn't have any VCs, right? So nobody's going to pump and dump on you, well, unless paper hands will, right? So that's the only thing that you should guys remember about. But now we also have very, very bullish news, I believe, because BlackRock CEO says that Bitcoin will become as big as the housing market. Guys, this is huge. Okay, we could see another huge run for BTC, right? I know that obviously market cap for BTC is so huge, but why it couldn't it be higher, right? Considering of what is going on with inflation and everything, right? Perhaps it's a change towards better times all over the world. Of course, guys, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to cost $1 million, 2 million, 10 million. I am just saying that this could be long-term positive outlook for crypto, right? So positioning ourselves into assets like Kaspa or anything it is that you guys believe, right? Not a financial advice. I'm making videos about Kaspa, but at the end of the day, it's totally up to you. What is it that you want to invest into, right? Now, guys, let's have a look at short term, okay? Because that I believe is very important. So if you're degening into market at the moment, well, this is only on Binance. For BTC on a monthly picture, we can see that we have many longs. We've got 2.7 billion worth of long liquidation. If I'm going to go to the weekly time frame only on Binance, this thing is almost flat, right? So there is nobody short in market, everybody's longing the market at the moment, and well, these people might gonna get surprised, because if I'm going to also go to other exchanges, let's say on 7 daily outlook, we can clearly see that liquidity is on this side. So from the market maker perspective, we could see $1.9 billion, well, versus almost 8, right? However, this is just leverage, right? Considering the fact that BTC will gonna see these inflows, and that obviously is going to pump the market, these people can actually win this trade. However, what I'm trying to point out is that there could be a pullback on the short time frame picture, basically, you know, within a week for BTC, because we still have time for this market to actually pump, I believe, right? So now let's go back to technicals for BTC this time, and as you guys can clearly see, everybody is obviously excited. However, from the standpoint of technicals, BTC still needs to go above this level of resistance, which is currently getting rejected from, which is sitting at what, 66k 200 something, right? So BTC will have to stabilize on a daily above this level to actually confirm this move towards the upside. And of course, the next level of resistance that we are going to be eyeing, that's going to be 74. Not of course mentioning about these levels of resistance that BTC might gonna occur on a short time frame picture, unless of course the momentum is going to be that huge and we are going to see the God candle. But you know, this looks very juicy. I mean, the leverages. So guys, expect some turbulence in here on the market. Also, looking at BTC dominance, right? We've got an uptrend on a daily, right? So this is definitely a Bitcoin season for now, and also this index can actually confirm it too, right? This is nowhere near altcoin season, so probably this is another good answer why Kaspa isn't pumping. Well, probably because it's not the time for Kaspa yet, I believe. Anyways, coming back to dominance on a daily, this thing we're gonna have to drop at some point. So let's have a look at a long-term picture for the dominance, and as you guys can clearly see, we've got strong level of resistance at, let's say, 62% for BTC. And of course, we can also pay attention to RSI, which is in these overheated levels, right? Which also is signaling that sooner or later this thing could drop. Not mentioning about MACD outlook, right? MACD sooner or later is going to finish its wave, just like this thing, and the dominance is going to go down, right? And in this scenario, altcoins are going to go up. And also Bitcoin on exchanges is at historic lows, and institutional adoption of BTC is at historic highs. Guys, this is huge. Less BTC on exchanges, more buying pressure, price is going to go higher, more profits potentially that are going to flow into altcoins. And now guys, we have to remember that we've got 20 days before the US elections, where we could expect huge pumps, because this is the next catalyst, this is the next big catalyst that market is anticipating. Also, from the standpoint of 12% halving progress, we are basically just about to depart this train for altcoins and BTC. So let's go back to the charts, guys. I know that this could be probably very boring, but I do believe that understanding these charts will definitely help you to, you know, navigate through this market. So now guys, this is everything basically, BTC and altcoins on a monthly time frame. So you can clearly see that stochastic RSI is going to these mid ranges at the moment, and historically when it actually happened, we saw a little bit of a sideways move for stochastic RSI, and then huge push towards the upside. This was this parabolic run previously. So from the standpoint of weekly, we could see some pump, guys, because on a weekly time frame, MACD is basically just about to experience a bullish cross. However, one interesting thing is that if I'm going to look at this chart, which is total crypto market cap, that is excluding top 10 on a weekly, we could clearly see that MACD has already experienced this bullish cross on a weekly, right? So we could see altcoins pumping like crazy soon, right? I'm not saying that this is going to be our well-awaited alt season, but it definitely could from the standpoint of technicals, right? So firstly, we have to anticipate weekly close above this level, right, of this triangle. Guys, also we have to remember about the fact that stochastic RSI is in this level. However, in the bull cycle, this doesn't necessarily is that important, because it can stay in this level for a while. Also, we have to remember about the fact of what is going on with USDT dominance. So this is something that I'm pointing out every single update right now, because I believe that is very important, guys. So on a weekly time frame, USDT dominance is basically playing out perfectly. We saw rejection from this mid-range in here, and now USDT dominance is going towards the downside. And well, probably we are going to dip into levels of, let's say, 3.74, where there is a huge level of support. Also, we've got some support in here roughly, right? So we can expect market going in these stages, right? And now MACD is also going towards a bearish direction, which means that everything is pointing out that this move is real. Of course, short-term turbulence might gonna happen, right? Because we've got people degenning into green bullish candles like crazy, and of course leverage liquidations might gonna happen along the way. However, I believe that we are coming back to the game. All right, that's it what I've got for you today, and as always, peace and love, crypto.